Have you ever seen tug-of-war played up high? The losers ended up smashed down to the ground like tomato sauce. It turned out that this tug-of-war took place on a platform 100 feet high. Each side had 10 participants. In the team where the male protagonist belonged, there were 3 girls and an old man, while the opposing team consisted of 10 men, and all of them were strong. The male protagonist's side was about to lose. A match with no suspense at all, and the result was losing. Let's see how the protagonist resolved this. Ji-hun was taken to a deserted island. The red-clothed people changed everyone's clothes. When Ji-hun woke up, he encountered familiar faces. Player number 1, Sang-woo, Henry, the thief, and others. They had all returned. The number of participants had reached 187, and the current prize money in the pool was 26.9 billion Korean won. To play the game more easily, Tiger had already started to form teams. In the bathroom ventilation duct, the thief saw the red-clothed people next door stirring candy in a pot. When she went back, she told Sang-woo. The second murder game began. This was the scene of the Squid Game, for shapes had to be carved out intact, or else they'd die. The time they were given was only 10 minutes. The 4 patterns were a circle, a triangle, a star, and an umbrella. After choosing, each person were given a box. When opened, there was a piece of candy and a needle inside. This game is called Dalgona in Korean. Ji-hun was shocked after seeing what's inside his box. The umbrella was the hardest to carve. The game started. More than 200 people started carving their candies. A player broke his umbrella, and with a bang, the person was shot dead. The gunshot startled a girl, causing her to break the candy. Without any room for negotiation, a shot to the head followed. Several others were killed in quick succession. Ji-hun was about to wet himself. What should he do? This was the most exciting Squid Game. Mimi was very cunning, hiding behind the staircase, heating the needle with a lighter, and then carving the candy. The interface of the candy was directly burned off, which was very convenient. Among these 4 shapes, the triangle was the easiest. Number 111, a doctor, was the first to finish, followed by the thief. The circle, being more careful, was also easy to carve. Henry also passed smoothly. Sang-woo's triangle was also taken down effortlessly. Ji-hun was getting more and more nervous. The lace under the umbrella was the most fragile. At this moment, Ji-hun's sweat dripped onto the candy. Surprisingly, the candy melted. This reminded Ji-hun that there wasn't much connecting the pattern to the candy. If he melted apart, he could easily separate them. Ji-hun started frantically licking the candy. Indeed, a layer was thinned out. It seemed the method worked. Mimi's star was also done. After winning, she swallowed the candy in one gulp, and threw the lighter to Tiger. A man was crazily licking a piece of candy, wanting to carve out the pattern on top to stay alive. Nearby people saw Ji-hun licking and thought, "What? Is this also possible?" Everyone started imitating him. Even the organizer was confused by watching this on the monitor. Had these people gone mad? But this was not considered a violation. Player number 1 and Tiger completed it in the last 30 seconds, while Ji-hun finally took off the umbrella in the last second. Time was up, and players who hadn't finished were all killed. A player resisted desperately, grabbed a gun, took a red-clothed person hostage, and forced him to remove his mask. The red-clothed person, revealed to be a kid. The player couldn't handle it and shot himself. The red-clothed person who exposed his face was shot dead by the commander. Yes, revealing your identity meant death. After the second game, 79 people were eliminated, and the prize money in the pool increased by another 7.9 billion Korean won. During dinner, Tiger stirred up trouble again. In the Squid Game, Tiger was a mob boss. He took more than his share of food from others, and fought with other players. Tiger was from the underworld and killed this player. However, the organizer didn't intervene. It seemed that players killing each other was also allowed. This was also part of the game. The player was carried away in a coffin. Tiger laughed. This was about to get interesting. At night, team battles could begin. Sang-woo realized that the hall was no longer safe. They had to form a team to survive. The few of them formed Ji-hun's team. Indeed, at night, Tiger's team started killing. They wanted to eliminate everyone, and the prize money would be theirs. To enhance the atmosphere, the organizer alternated the lights between bright and dim. Not only Tiger's team, almost everyone started killing each other. It was a scene of carnage everywhere. In the Squid Game, Tiger attempted to take on the thief alone, almost strangling her to death. However, she was saved by Ji-hun's team. Henry, with great strength, swung an iron rod, preventing anyone from approaching. Just as they were about to engage in a formal team battle, the lights came on, and the red-clothed people rushed in, stopping everyone. This riot resulted in the death of 27 people. Tiger injured his thigh, and his team's doctor stitched him up. It's worth mentioning that behind the scenes, the doctor colluded with several red-clothed people, engaging in the business of selling human organs. When players died, and their organs were usable, the doctor cut them out. In return, the doctor gained information about the following game, which he shared with Tiger. In order to earn his favor, Mimi was searched upon entering, but she managed to hide cigarettes and a lighter on her. We don't know where she hid them. To please Tiger, she offered herself to him in the restroom, hoping he would take her along in the following games. The third round of the Squid Game was tug-of-war playing up high, requiring teams of 10. Tiger specifically recruited strong men for his team, although Mimi slept with him. He still ditched her. Ji-hun's team finally assembled 10 members, including 3 women and an old man. Even Mimi joined to make up the numbers. How could they win with such a composition? The game, tug-of-war, started. At a platform 100 feet high, whoever lost would fall down and turn into mashed tomato. As far as it seemed, Ji-hun's team was the weakest among all 8 teams. This tug-of-war was thrilling. The losing side fell and died on the spot. In the first round, Tiger's team faced the timid men's team. The timid men's team, lacking in spirit, was frightened by Tiger. As the match began, both sides stalemated for 2 seconds. Tiger shouted, "Kill them all." The opponents immediately lost their strength, and Tiger's team, with a powerful momentum, kept pulling. The timid men's team got closer to the death line, and tragedy unfolded as they fell off the platform. All 10 people were left hanging in the air, and a blade from above cut the rope. The timid men's team died on the spot. In the second round, Ji-hun's team faced the strong men's team. The strength difference between the two teams was significant, with 3 women and an old man on Ji-hun's team. Everyone despaired when they entered the elevator. This round seemed predetermined. However, play number 1 advised them not to lose hope, and revealed the secret to winning at tug-of-war. The secret to tug-of-war was that whoever stands in the first position was crucial. It's the only person their opponents could see, and the person must show aggression in the eyes. It's the momentum of the whole team, and Ji-hun stood in the front. The person at the end of the rope was like an anchor, and had to be the strongest. Henry stood at the end. People in the middle crossed each other, feet parallel, rope held under their armpits, lower body weight. With the sound of gunshot, game started. Both sides started pulling. Strong men's team was at their full power, but the rope didn't move at all. The first 10 seconds were crucial. Looking at Ji-hun's side, they lay backward, exposing their bellies and arching like bows, maximizing their weight and strength. However, no matter how hard the strong men's team pulled, the rope didn't budge. They were confused. What was happening? Ji-hun's team was like a large deep-rooted tree. This was a tug-of-war match deciding life and death, also one of the most thrilling games in the Squid Game. All members of Ji-hun's team lay backward, exposing their bellies. Surprisingly, the strong men's team couldn't move the rope. They were in disarray, and team members started slipping. Ji-hun immediately commanded them to pull with all their strength. Ji-hun's team quickly changed their steps, and with continuous effort, the rope started coming their way, and the strong men's team were getting close to the edge. It was the critical moment of life and death after all. Human potential erupted. The strong men's team managed to resist, and the rope pulled back a bit. Ji-hun's team kept advancing. Seeing the precarious situation, they were about to lose. Sang-woo shouted, "Everyone, take 3 steps forward. Remember, only 3 steps." Mimi objected, "Are you crazy? Using this method is just walking towards death." However, given the circumstances, they had no choice but to try. Have you ever played the Squid Game? Have you ever seen a tug-of-war like this? Unexpectedly, they took 3 steps forward. Could this work? Ji-hun's team took 3 bold steps forward, and Ji-hun's entire body hung in the air. The opponents didn't anticipate this move at all. Since they relied solely on brute force, they were caught off guard. Lying on the ground, Ji-hun's team seized the opportunity and quickly pulled back. Due to the rapid pull, the strong men's team couldn't stand up in time. In this way, the strong men's team fell off the platform, and Ji-hun's team, exhausted, struggled to hold the opponent's weight. Just as it seemed they would be pulled down as well, the blade came down in the nick of time, saving Ji-hun's team. Everyone was exhausted, and this victory was not easy. The strong men's team has turned into tomato sauce. When Ji-hun's team returned to the hall, Tiger's team could hardly believe it. Mimi suggested selecting a leader, but Sang-woo said everyone in their team was equal, with no designated leader. To avoid being secretly assassinated by Tiger's team at night, Ji-hun's team used the empty beds to create a defense. Tiger came over to provoke them, saying they would come to visit at night. However, Ji-hun was not foolish, retorting that, among those who wanted to be the leader on your side, there was more than one. With the lights turned off, can you control them? Killing you can make them the leader. After Tiger left, he asked others to put away their weapons. and get some sleep. Yet another 3 deadly games awaited them. The end. The show is called Squid Game. K only tells you the contents of episode 3, 4 and 5. Question of this episode: have you ever played Tug of War? If you have, comment 111. If you haven't, comment 222. This mysterious organization has a hierarchical structure. Except their ultimate boss, the black-masked people are the highest level, equivalent to commanders. Below them are 3 types of red-clothed people: square, triangle, and circle. The square is the highest rank, commanding the triangle and circle. The triangle people carry guns, guarding the base and executing players, while the circle people handle daily tasks and labor. In the next episode, the grand finale is approaching, where all truths will be revealed. The series is great and I recommend watching it. That is the end of this episode. Remember to like and subscribe. See you next time. Bye.